we can, just an idea, we could even, if there's time, let students kind of go into breakout rooms and discuss a bit about today's, what I talk about today. Perhaps that's something they can discuss together and then bring out, and we can discuss more all together. And then the actual collaborative writing, perhaps I was, at least in my mind, was thinking after both lectures, some sort of kind of summary.
Nice.
Yeah, got it. Just maybe one, perhaps for if they go out to the breakout rooms, maybe we should ask them to come back with something in mind, right?
Yeah, I did have some questions. I was going to run that by you, but let's see. These were pretty easy.
So they got questions to answer? Great.
Yeah, so can we automate learning? Can we enhance learning? And what are the costs and pitfalls? And then students' experiences.
Nice. This would be something for them to think while they are having the class. Nice. Did you get, Gustavo? Try answering these questions while you were watching the class. Nice.
It's not why it's. How long do you think you're gonna lecture, Sean?
I can adjust accordingly. I have a number of studies that I can either, kind of try to go through in a bit more detail or just kind of zip through. Either I think is fine. That's probably better. I mean, I don't want to lose students.
You tell me. When does your class finish?
So we have 90 minutes, so we'll finish at 10:45.
10:45. So we can go for as long as you need, and then we give. 45. 10:45. So
let me think off the top of my head.
Maybe 10 and 15, maybe.
So roughly, maybe I can talk about 30 minutes or so, 30, 40 minutes, and then we might be able to give students to either out here in the main group or in breakout rooms, perhaps kind of discuss these questions together, and then if they are in breakout rooms, then have them come out and kind of share what they discussed with their partners in the main session here. And that should probably take up time.
How would you create these breakout rooms? Where in other Google Meet links?
You no. You have to click on meeting tools on that little grid of dots.
Oh, okay.
I haven't done it in a while.
Oh,
breakout rooms.
Yeah, I got it.
Is that an option that you? Yes, I guess I don't have the option because I'm not the host, but
okay, can I put you as the host?
Sure.
How to do this? Let me see. Okay, Sean.
Perhaps you don't really need to do that.
Co-host.
Yes.
Now you can also stop recording. You too, Rafa.
Can he? Okay.
Nice. Is it open for you now?
Yes. Yeah, I see it.
Nice.
It's been a while since I've used Meet, so I'm just kind of there we go. There's a breakout rooms thing here. I don't know what to call that. Choice. Very good. It's okay. Let me just click on that. Yeah. Yeah, Rafael, do you know how to do that as well?
To do what?
To do the breakout rooms?
Do you have to have the other people here in order to
No, everybody's got to be here. Everybody's got to be here by the time to do that. Yeah, otherwise you won't be able to divide anyone into anywhere.
Yes, right.
So by the time when you click on there, it's gonna ask you how many rooms do you want to create.
Mhm. Great. Let me, as we're waiting here, how are we on time? We're still good. Let me just quickly try to share my slides and see if they come through okay. Just a second, please. As I said, I haven't I haven't used
Don't
Meet
try
in a
this.
while.
I have to try the ones you suggested. I didn't know them, but it seems interesting. One of them is with VR. Is that right?
Yes, actually, one. Unfortunately, the one I thought was kind of cool has. It looks like it's no longer available. It just disappeared.
Oh, I'll try
Unfortunately.
to have another one. Do you like classes on virtual realities?
Have not done any before, so that's something I'm interested in exploring.
Nice. I'm used to build some libraries and galleries and other kind of structures inside metaverse or virtual worlds. So maybe we can do
Cool.
something. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that sounds very cool. It seems in order for me to share my screen, I might have to leave and because I haven't used Meet in a while. I have to give it permission, and to do that, I think I need to quit and reopen. So I may disappear here for a moment.
Perfect.
But I will be
We're
back.
here waiting for you. Nice.
Just a moment, please. Let's see. That looks good.
E aí, professor Rafael, você fala português, né?
Eu falo.
Boa noite. Gustavo.
Boa noite.
Perdão, já estou atrapalhando vocês se comunicarem. Então, Gustavo, aquelas perguntas que ele fez ali do lado são perguntas que vale a pena vocês irem pensando enquanto ele estiver fazendo a apresentação, porque depois ele vai colocar vocês em contato com os alunos japoneses, e aí vai separar vocês em salas de Meet para vocês conversarem entre si sobre aquelas coisas. E o objetivo é, de repente, escrever um resumo pequeno da conversa entre vocês e tal. I'm just explaining to him what we were talking here about the activity and what he should do.
Perfect. Thank you. It's good listening practice for me.
Cool.
Ô, professor.
Yeah?
Eu vou salvar as perguntas aqui.
Okay.
Beleza?
That is. He's saving the questions in order to think about them. Yeah.
I also made a PDF I can share in the chat once everyone joins.
Oh, cool. Nice.
It's just from the slides, so nothing special, but that may help as well.
Perfect.
And I may have lost co-host controls because I had to restart.
Oh, let me give you again.
Thank you.
Oh, no, you are as a co-host.
Okay, sure? Perfect. Yeah, no, I just assumed it might have been canceled, but I guess not. Great.
I guess not, yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to try to share my slides here, if that's all right. Let me see if I can get this going.
Ô, professores, eu já traduzi aqui as perguntas, tá? Só para...
Ok, thank you, Gustavo. Você pode querer, de repente, usar aí um Google Translator do seu lado para ir ouvindo as coisas e colocando em português para você, se você precisar. Sorry, Sean.
I was just wondering, is there any, so after your survey, Rodrigo, is there any extension, app, add-on, or anything that works as a simultaneous translator here for Google Meet?
Let me see this. Let me ask DeepSeek.
Because I know you're trying to find something like that.
An app. I was trying to do this. Is there an app that we can to Google Meet that translates automatically?
Are you able to see my slide here in the screen?
Yes, we are.
Okay, very good. So if I just go, let's see. Sorry, I'm a little disoriented. I haven't done it here on Meet in a while, so.
Oh, no problem at all.
But if I
Yeah,
change
we are
slides, you
already.
can see that okay.
Yes, we can. Hi,
Okay.
Gabriela. Welcome. Gabriela is also a great student of ours that just entered the room. Welcome.
Hello, thank you.
Good evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
And this is Professor Sean White from Ryokoku University, and also Professor Rafael Martins from UNIMAX from São Paulo.
Yes.
He works with ethics, and Professor Sean works with language. So it will be very good here for us to learn a little bit about it. I don't know if you have access, Gabriela, to our chat here. We sent some questions here. Professor Sean sent some questions that it would be interesting for you to have them in mind, because he will talk a little bit about the PDF he's showing here, and after that he's going to propose an activity between you and his students too from Japan, and then you are going to a separated meeting room here in order to discuss these questions and write a little bit, like an abstract or something small but interesting that we can develop more in order for future publishing for those who are interested. But Professor Shen will talk about this. Okay.
Very good. Thank you. Perfect. Yes, thank you. My students should be joining shortly. I'm expecting just 3 this evening. I have one more taking the class, but unfortunately he has scheduled something else, it seems, so is not able to attend this week this time, unfortunately. So apologize for that.
Okay. No problem. 2 students who also are committed to us talk that they are going to come soon. At least one of them, I tried to talk to the other one, but she did not reconfirm yet. But we are waiting for the one that is just arriving at his home.
Great, and it's my understanding you have a national holiday today, so thank you for spending your time with us on your day off.
Interesting. Here in Brazil, it's not national, but it's a holiday in many cities in Brazil, and Ouro Preto is one of them.
Right. Okay, I see. Yes, we kind of have those here as well.
It's a Catholic one. Do you know? Let me see who's coming. Oh, I think your students are coming.
Two of my students are arriving. Yes.
Oh, did I allow?
Yes, I think they're joining. Let's see. Whoops. All right, there's one. Taku, good evening, or good morning. Sorry, we're in the morning here.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
and Joe Taro.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Oh, and the student I was not expecting to join is actually joining from, I believe he's in the Netherlands.
Oh, nice. Hi.
Hello, Xie. Good to see you here. Good. So we should have 4 then, I hope, if we have Koyuri come.
Oh, perfect. I think Gabriel is coming too in a few moments, but we can go.
And Koyuri, good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning.
Well, I'm happy to see all my students here. Good job, guys. And we were just meeting for well, perhaps I should ask my students to say hello and just briefly introduce themselves.
Nice.
That might be good. Very good. So, Taku, would you mind saying hello? We don't need to do a long introduction, but do say hello.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Taku, and I'm belonging in the policy science, and minor is English, and my hobby is trip, and I've been to 7 countries. So nice to meet you.
Very good. Yes, a traveler.
Nice to meet you.
We hope you
And
come
then
to Brazil.
Joe. Yes, we
Yeah.
hope to visit. And I think Taku will do it. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, be welcome.
Thank you. And Joe.
Hi. Okay. Hi. I'm Jotaro, and my major is business, and my recent hobbies are making sweets and going to the gym. I go to the gym twice a week recently, and so nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Very good. Thank you. And Shie.
Hello, my name is CA. My major is business, and my hobby is traveling and taking photos. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Good. Thank you, Shie and Koyuri, please.
Hello, everyone. My name is Koyuri, and my major is business. And I like to listen to music, and I like traveling. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So, can we ask also our UFOP students to talk a little bit about themselves? Can you do it, Gabriela?
Hi. Yes. Sorry. Excuse me. Well, my name is Gabriela. People call me Gabby. I've been living here in Ouro Preto, I think, for 4 years. I'm a student in philosophy. And my interests, I like traveling, although I don't do it much. I also like taking photographs, and yeah, I think that's basically my interests in philosophy. And I'm very curious because you guys said that you have, I don't think I understood the word, but you said something about business. But how does it work? Like, you study business and also philosophy? because I think we have very different ways of university here. I don't get it much. Can you explain, somebody? Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you, Gabby. Nice to meet you. And we actually do not study philosophy here. So I have had an opportunity to make contact with your professors here through other channels, and we share a common interest in doing online exchange and online learning, and particularly big issues like AI and the ethics related to that. So we thought it was a good opportunity to meet together and to discuss about some of these issues.
Okay, thank you.
So it'll be a great opportunity for my students to learn from you about philosophy.
Nice. Thank you for explaining.
I'm not sure if you'll learn about business or not, but
I'm not sure either. Thank you.
very good. Thank you.
And we have here also Gabriel that has just come. Gabriel, can you talk a little bit about yourself for everyone? It's just a small introduction about your interests, about what you do, your course here in the university.
Okay, hello everyone. I am philosophy student, focus on aesthetic and philosophy of art. In my free time, I enjoy drawing, listening to loud music, and walking on nature. I consider myself a curious person and empathic, easygoing, and empathic, being very love and peace.
Very good.
Amazing.
Perfect for this kind of exchange.
Yeah. And Gustavo, can you talk a little bit about you, about yourself?
Hello, everyone. My name is Gustavo. I study philosophy at UFOP, and my hobbies are listening to music and reading literature. And I love rock and roll. And I love Dostoevsky. Is my romances favorite. Yes. And I love football, Corinthians. Yes.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very, very nice to meet you. I'm sure we have some football fans here as well. Yeah. Maybe Joel and Tucker.
Cool.
Very good. And let's see. Is that everyone?
I think from Brazil everyone has presented themselves, but does someone arrived later from Japan? No.
I haven't seen everyone. This should be all of us, and I just wanted to, of course, introduce our esteemed colleagues here.
Yeah, of course.
Professor Rodrigo Cid, who is a specialist in philosophy. Both are professors here. Professor Rafael Martins, also an expert in philosophy as well. So a great opportunity, and perhaps you might want to add something.
Yeah, nice to meet you all. I'm Professor Rodrigo Cid. I work with metaphysics and logic, specifically about metaphysics of science, trying to understand the concept of laws of nature. And lately, I'm working with technologies applied to education. I'm involved with the Web3 culture and blockchain technology, and I'm trying to dive deep into blockchain and in artificial intelligence in order to bring it to my university. And we are developing in this moment an app inside Solana blockchain in order for us to register some academic credentials and develop this to transform more the education we have here. So, and we are part of GIF Labs, that is a laboratory of technological application and education, that Professor Rafael Martins is also part of GIF Labs, and we are trying to develop here something cool between our universities. Sorry, I'm talked too much already. Please,
No.
Rafael, talk a little bit about yourself.
Great.
I couldn't explain things better than Rodrigo. Thank you. And thank you, Sean, for accepting our invitation. Professor Sean and I, we have the same PhD alma mater, right?
Yes.
We both
Yes,
come from
we do.
University of Kansas.
Oh, nice.
My name is Rafael. I'm from the state of São Paulo, a little far away from where Rodrigo is right now, where the Federal University of Ouro Preto is. And my area of study specialization is ethics and political philosophy. But I've been trying to step a little into the ethics of AI and see if I can learn one or two things and have something to say about it. I'm very, very happy this is happening today. It's very difficult to make ends meet, especially between two countries so far, far away. So thank you, Rodrigo. Thank you, Sean. And thank you all the students for being here. I hope we all have a good time. Thank you so much. Sean, the floor is yours.
Excellent. Thank you.
Or
So
better saying, not the floor, the screen. The screen is yours.
The screen, yes. The screen is mine. Okay, very good. Yes, both we're very excited to be working together. We've been discussing this for a little bit of time now, and today is the first opportunity then to actually start bringing it together a bit, and looking forward to collaborating much more going forward, and very just cool technology. Our particular class, I teach some of these students in several classes. I mentioned this is a global understanding class. Actually, I have a slide about this, but my other class, we are looking at 21st century skills, and including things like collaboration and communication, but also critical thinking. And so I think it does connect to perhaps some of the things we'll be discussing today and next time.
Yeah, I think from my experience here in my hometown, there are many international, how can I say, multinational industries like Caterpillar, who is the rival of John Deere. And all these places, when you work there, you have to meet people abroad through Google Meet, for example. And this is a skill that needs to be really trained. I see my students from my university have a lot of trouble and difficulty. Everybody feels a little nervous, like I guess everybody's a little nervous here. So this is a habit we need to practice more and more, so that when you're out of the university, finally working at some really cool company, you're not gonna have too much big trouble doing what we are doing exactly right now, right? So that's one of the skills I think we really need to learn and practice. Even for myself, who's into this and experienced, I feel nervous sometimes because we're not really in the same room for real. So sometimes you don't have that emotional connection that helps you sort of, see where things are and what everybody sort of might be thinking. So anyway, talking too much.
I think, I think that definitely connects to the kinds of things we've been discussing, and certainly what we do here tonight and in our previous collaborations. So I think, this is great for everyone, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Very good. And just, I perhaps I should wait. I do have some slides I might share. Well, let me just say that to the students in Brazil at Ouro Preto, my name is Sean White. I'm not originally from Japan, as you may guess. I'm from the United States. but in the 1980s, and that gives you an idea of my age. But in the 1980s, I started learning Japanese, and I've always been drawn to foreign languages. Studied French for some time and wanted something new, a little bit different, perhaps exotic at that time. It was during the Japanese bubble economy of the 1980s, 1990s, and so started studying Japanese and was thinking maybe I'll get into business, and discovered pretty quickly I had no interest in business, but I was interested in language and culture. And that's where my interest took me. And I ended up coming and studying in Japan, getting a master's degree here in Japanese language education, went back to the US, got a PhD in education, teaching English as a second language, ended up coming here working for what I expected was a relatively short period of time before going back to the US, and that was 25 years ago. So, but certainly my initial interest in university had a big impact on my life and certainly travels and life now that I've kind of settled here in Japan. But we didn't have the technology that we have today, and I think it's just a great opportunity to connect with so many different people from different cultures and to learn from each other. So we do appreciate everyone making the effort to come here this evening and every time we do meet. So very nice to meet you all. In terms of my own research, I originally specialized in teaching reading. From there, I got into virtual exchange, quite different, but perhaps that reveals something about me. So technology, particularly using the internet technologies to connect with other cultures and to practice language, but then also to learn culturally from other people. And then most recently, just because of the potential existential threats, but also opportunities, AI is something that has caught my attention. So that was something that that I'd like to talk a little bit about today, but something that also made it easy for us to connect, perhaps, for these collaborations that we are doing. So it's very nice to be able to be here today. Thank you.
And thank you so much for coming, Sean.
Very good. Thank you. And I just wanted to, I did have just a list of questions. I was going to talk a little bit, not too long, because I think we did want to let students have an opportunity to talk with each other as well a little bit and exchange their perspectives. And I had some questions. I have a PDF that I wanted to share here, but I'm not entirely sure how to do that in the chat. So I might need a moment. I might just have to paste.
No problem at all. Maybe you can share with the screen or send the link maybe here.
Very good. Yes, I do have. The easiest thing would be just to put it in the chat. I'll do that. Nothing too difficult. Let me just put it in here. If I can find a way to share a file, I will do that. But
I think you can. When you open the window to share the screen, you have 3 different tabs. One for Windows in the browser, another one for files, another one for another thing. The tabs are in the upper part.
Let me start with the screen first then. Thank you. And let's see. I'm going to the questions themselves. Where are they? Here. And I also pasted the text into the chat. Let's see. So can we automate learning? Can we enhance learning using AI technology? And of course, how? What might be the costs and pitfalls or problems? And then finally, your own experiences using AI now for learning in general, language learning perhaps in particular. And what has your experience been with that? Okay. Let's see if I can get back over here. Yeah, the second part, your experiences. So, and I went ahead and posted all of these into the chat as well. Okay. One suggestion would be, if you haven't done it already, there should be a CC button for captions, which you may find helpful. It should show the text for what I am speaking about now.
Can I translate this for some of my students in case they didn't get it? Tem um botão CC do lado do botão de Smiles que vocês podem clicar para gerar uma legenda automática aqui enquanto o Sean está falando, caso isso ajude vocês, tá bom? Thank you, Sean.
Não, onde, professor? Tem essa...
Ele está bem do lado dos Smiles aqui, quando você clica, tem um quadrado escrito CC. É um botão escrito isso.
Ah, beleza.
Beleza?
Very good. Are students able to find the CC button to show captions? Very good. Okay, good.
Mine also
and
are able.
Very good. I know there may be certain functions to actually translate it as well. But I'm not sure how to do that, to be honest. So, okay. So if it's all right with everyone, I will, let's see, go ahead and start. And the way I have my screen set up is I'm afraid I can't see anyone as I'm looking at my slides here. I have two different screens here, but unfortunately I'm not able to see the video. So be strange. I won't be able to read your expressions very easily, but if there are any kind of problems, just feel free to stop me. I'll go ahead and get started. Thank you. So yeah, the title I gave this, AI in Second Language Education, Can We Automate Learning? And I think most people probably say no, and I think that's fine. Although the technology itself may be useful, but at least perhaps after I've had an opportunity to talk a little bit, we might have some suggestions of why that may be so, or at least be able to articulate that a little bit better. But in any event, yes, I'm Sean White from Ryukoku University. We're in Kyoto, Japan, the traditional capital of Japan. And just to give you a little bit about us, our university was founded in 1639. We were originally a seminary for Buddhist monks. Kyoto is known for its large number of Buddhist temples. Today, we are an independent university, but we still maintain connections to Nishihonganji Temple in Kyoto. In many ways, we look like a typical large, we are private, but a typical large university in Japan. We have about 20,000 students, but the heart is still in its connection to Buddhism. We don't necessarily see it every day, but it does still kind of exist here as a part of our spirit. This class is part of an interdisciplinary English communication program for social science majors. So my students, when they introduce themselves, mentioned they're studying business, some are studying economics or policy science, and law is our third, and we have a fourth, sorry, and we also have sociology students in our program, kind of like a minor or a second major. This particular class is a global understanding class for our third and fourth year students engaged in virtual exchange, which we do have an intercultural focus, but particularly because of how AI itself will have a very broad impact in just about everything we do, especially learning, I think. We felt this was a good opportunity then to work with partners abroad in Brazil, our friends today who have joined us, thank you, to discuss some of these issues. So. Just continuing then with generative artificial intelligence, or Gen AI. Of course, we know that the technology itself has been developing at least, well, since the 1990s. And if you look at, for example, chatbots going all the way back to the 1960s, this kind of predictive text based on statistical models statistical connections. It goes all the way back to the 1960s, more recently 1990s, but it really is the release of ChatGPT in November 2022 that the fire really catches and really garners a lot of attention. And a lot of it was due to its interface, very easy to use interface, using natural language instead of code, right? Up until now, to communicate with computers required a knowledge of coding. More and more we can do that with natural language, right? And as a feature, of course, ChatGPT, GPT model, used a transformer model that enabled human-like text, contextually coherent, so large chunks of text, and increasingly multimodal, right? Not just text, but also images, video, audio, to create larger text, right? This was based on quite a bit of internet data through Common Crawl, which is, you know, a kind of a recorder of internet sites, Book Corpora and Wikipedia in particular, and more, of course, synthetic data as well. That led to explosive growth, right, and development continuing today. Most recent number I saw was 800 million users of ChatGPT weekly active users. So kind of explosive growth, right? I think it was 1 million users after 1 week, and I don't remember how many afterwards, but today, of course, 800 million weekly active users. As far as LLMs, large language models, they are neural networks trained to understand and generate human language. They learn statistical patterns and relationships between words by predicting next word in a sequence with remarkable accuracy, right? In addition to text generation and completion, they can translate, of course, summarize, code, and debug, engage in question and answers, do sentiment analysis, process images, audios, and text together, among other things. As far as educational opportunities and concerns, I think people like me, people who are particularly interested in technology, and many others, of course, are finding the opportunities for individualized and interactive learning, model text generation, kind of very timely correction and feedback, also enhanced motivation, enjoyment. These are things that are actually bearing out in empirical studies in language learning, in particular, education in general, and development of learner autonomy, self-efficacy, and metacognition are all things that are quite appealing, but at the same time, risks and real risks. In fact, it's happening in many places, over-reliance on AI tools, reduced skill development and fluency, threats to authenticity and academic integrity, and linguistic and cultural diversity through model biases, right, are all concerns. Looking specifically at language learning, certainly interactive practice, writing assistance. I have been particularly kind of interested. I'll talk, a lot of the materials I'll share with you today are based mostly on writing, which for us is the most challenging in many ways, first language and second language. It certainly requires the heaviest cognitive load. And so here is a technology that reduces that load, but it does come at a cost, as we'll see. Vocabulary building, grammar support, cultural context, great about basic questions, although the same kinds of issues you have with the internet, but also with large language models of potential biases, right? Stereotypes, things like that. And then personalized learning. In terms of second language writing uses, everything from content development, outlining, brainstorming, right? Corpus search, text modification, right? Feedback and revision. So all kinds of things we can do with these. Response to language-related questions, support for sentence generation, vocabulary, grammar support, paraphrasing and summarizing, and so on, right? So these are all the things that you can do with these tools. I'm imagine most of us have some experience with quite a lot of this now. And as I said, it does help in a lot of ways in reducing the effort, the cognitive load for a lot of the work we do in language, second language in particular. But of course, the difficult areas in the details of that, which we'll take a look at. Before that, I did want to step back a bit and kind of consider a broader perspective, particularly from I'm interested recently in social materialism. I'm not an expert in this area by any means. Just recently started doing my own research, but I think it is a good way to frame how this technology has entered our environments and how it is and will likely continue to affect what we do. So from a social materialist perspective, we start with this idea that communication is a semiotic process, right? Not just linguistic and cognitive, but includes gestures, images, sounds, body language. And also this concept of 4E cognition, that how we process information, how we do anything really is made up of these 4 E's of being embodied, embedded, enacted, and extended. Embodied, of course, we use not just our brains, but our entire bodies to learn and to process information, right? And I think particularly for AI, the last 3, the fact that that cognition itself is embedded in environments, that it is not just an internal process, but an interactive one. And that's how it also connects to being enacted, right? That we do exist in environments with other people, with social systems, with actual objects, right? This is the material part, right? The social, of course, is the human aspect and the social practices and context that are in all the environments that we occupy, but then also the material, the objects, any kind of tool, for example, including, of course, technology and AI specifically, right? So that meaning emerges from an assemblage or combination of human actors, materials, and social processes. And talk specifically about entanglement, right? And how these connect together to create meaning. So that environment is an active participant, not just context, right? It participates in communication, and the concept of agency, as in communication, is distributed across different nodes, of course, people, practices, and tools, right? So in this context, generative AI is an agent. It's not just a tool. It actively mediates interactions with digital networks, co-constructs meaning in real time, goes beyond retrieval, searching, right? At least the technologies, digital technologies that we have been involved in with the development of the internet, going from searching to dissemination, right? To actual creation, right? And so with that, you have increased agency of technology, right? Okay. And just some references down there at the bottom. I have a full list at the end that I can share. In terms of generative AI and agency, we do have challenges to traditional notions of things like authorship, creativity, communication, and of course, knowledge itself, right? I'm kind of interested in this idea of distributed agency. I initially read about it in a paper by Godwin Jones in 2024, and Enfield. The Enfield book also is titled Distributed Agency, this idea that agency is not individual, it's not limited to humans, but both the entire environment and the people, institutions, and tools that we have in it, right? In a language learning context, then we're looking at a distributed agency, a relationship between learners, instructors, and AI. And within this context, then critical literacy really becomes essential to maintain human agency. I think we all would agree that maintaining human agency is essential as AI likely more and more participates in human society, right? And something I came across very recently, a need to maintain cognitive sovereignty. I kind of like that expression from paper or an article by Walther that I have linked at the end. But so things that I'm thinking about. Let me briefly pause and see if, can I jump over here? If we're okay. If anyone has any questions they'd like to ask.
I'm finding everything very interesting, especially this cognitive sovereignty.
I have a question that is, a few time ago, I gave a talk about translation in the age of artificial intelligence, and I tried to defend that the role of translator is now changed to the role of reviewing, of proofreading the material that is produced by AI. As a professor in linguistics and languages, what do you think about this age of AI, and what is the role of the translator in this age?
Yeah, thank you. Great question. I'm not sure if I'm necessarily qualified to answer that, but my own sense, my own feeling is that fundamentally, yes, I agree that in fact, and perhaps translation is one of the better ways to use this technology compared to others, right? Rather than just text creation, text generation, at least maintaining human agency does require that that it come from humans initially, and that translation part then is a part that we can hand off to technology, but then to turn around and you do need to then make sure that aligns with the original text and the very human content that is in there. But so there may be, of course, different ways to use the technology, some more agentive, some less perhaps. But in my own mind, at least, I think translation is actually perhaps one of the better ways we use it, as long as we also have fundamental language skills ourselves to oversee that. I think that's important, because if you're just outsourcing, then meaning potentially is lost completely, which is not what we want. Yeah. And I think there are different degrees. I'm sorry, I was just going to say, I think there might be different degrees of that. And, it depends certainly on the content and the context. So in some context, we may be willing to give up more agency to the technology in other contexts. So what is the potential cost, which I haven't really worked into my thinking so much yet, but cost may be something that is significant as well. And I'm sorry, yes, please.
No, I was saying that I was talking to my students and to other people that maybe as we accept that the role of translation is now the role of reviewing the AI and signing as a human person, maintaining their cognitive sovereignty in order to say this is approved by humans. Maybe our role in the future, where even proofreading is not even necessary for us, it is an approval role that maybe is something that expresses this cognitive sovereignty in the case of translation.
Yes, right. And it's interesting. We are in a period of transition, I think, right? And so, how do we, right now, I think we're all trying to figure out how to fit this into kind of at least our ways of thinking and doing until now. But we may more and more be willing to give up some of that, perhaps. But right, so the question of how do we define cognitive sovereignty, I think, then becomes a question to keep in mind.
Yeah, true.
Very good. Thank you. Everyone else is doing okay? what I thought I would do next is just go on with just some papers that have caught my attention and some basic concepts. There we go. I was having trouble changing my slides. So a number of papers here. I don't think I'll spend too much time. I do want to give students an opportunity to talk with their partners as well. Yeah, so I might have to go through this quickly. One paper by Sansed and Stid Kibler from this year focuses on the question of voice, so that identity expressed as voice and text. So this focuses primarily on writing, but I think it can be applied to other kind of communicative contexts. But they discuss writing, second language writing, and writing in general in terms of three elements of authenticity, intertextuality, and appropriateness, where authenticity and what we kind of connect to human voice in particular is an expression of an inner self. Intertextuality is those links that we make to other voices, particularly within a particular community. In a research perspective, of course, all those other studies that we link to try to create an argument and a communicative message, right? And then finally, appropriateness, intentional connection to a broader community, a discourse community, right? And the authors compared then human voice, human text and AI-generated text, or human voice and AI voice, and they look specifically at student writing. So here it has voice and student writing, and basically, obviously there is a continuum here of agency to negotiate, more student authored, more sovereign in terms of cognitive sovereignty. Of course, you have more agency to negotiate. More reliance on technology means less, right? But the key point, of course, here is that although AI can mimic aspects of intertextuality and appropriateness, although qualitatively it is different, it fundamentally lacks the personal elements that define authenticity in human composed writing, right? And so where we have authenticity in human writing, in AI, it's going to be amalgamation, right? Some sort of like statistical average. And as a result, it does lack the kind of human voice we often expect in writing, right? And also, according to their research, or at least studies that they refer to, intertextuality itself is also very vague, very often uncited, based on kind of statistical average, whereas human writing does tend to, first of all, have arguments. It tends to be more argument-based rather than just kind of explanatory, expository, but then also more explicit in its connections to other sources of information, other voices, you know. So that's one, and I think we would all agree that voice in text is something that we will expect and continue to, I think, in writing. Okay, in fact, a lot of people do find that completely AI-generated text does lack that human voice. Another paper, something that focuses on a particular model called identity investment. This comes from Darvin and Norton in 2015, but they look at investment as a commitment to learning and using a second language. And for our interest here, I think it is the intersection of identity, capital, or resources that we have, our sense of identity, and multiple identities, but capital, resources, and ideology. And let's see, particularly within a socio-material perspective, a critical one, examining power dynamics that highlight the entanglement of bodies, objects, and discourse in AI interactions. There's a nice graphic that I have in a moment for this, but human agency is influenced and constrained by generative AI functionalities, right? So that the tools themselves will both enable and limit what we can do. AI has power to shape interactions and promote specific ideologies, often unanalyzed, right? We are in many ways at the mercy of what AI will. Of course, we do have a degree of control and agency, but the content that AI generates is based on a body of data that it's been trained on. It is not completely novel, right? It is a combination of what it's been trained on. And so, but as a result of that, it does tend to promote specific ideologies, right? Certain ways of thinking and seeing the world, right? So that the author argues for developing critical literacies as being essential for understanding power operations and human AI interactions. And he proposes in this particular paper for the need for reflexive, inclusive, equitable language learning and teaching practices. And as I said, he does have a graphic for this, I think useful. Kind of highlights the gaps between human and AI, right? In terms of identity, we have individual users' dispositions and intentions, and that contrasts with kind of the platform logics and biases of particular tools, right? As far as capital goes, you have material, linguistic, semiotic, cultural, social resources that learners have access to. And for AI, of course, data, big data, right, as being its resource, and the biases that it contains, right? As far as ideologies, right, we have different ideologies that the users may have subscribed to, or at least are aware of, whereas it's much more implicit in terms of the AI and the tools that are used, right? That they are in the platform design, the algorithms, and the output that are essentially unseen, unknown to us, right? And I think each of these then has its own agency, right? Users position AI tools through prompts and simulation. And in terms of the AI, it in fact constrains users in many ways through design and the data that it's trained on, right? So a little bit of a gap, and particularly an awareness of these things and an ability to critically assess and use these particular technologies then becomes important. Okay. Another paper, interesting, a little less abstract perhaps, but this is by Warschauer et al. They talk about the contradictions for second language learners using AI, and they're quite persuasive that we often will encourage learners to use these tools to learn language, but not too much, right? Because then if you do it too much, it's plagiarism, right? Or that learners should aspire to, for example, write, in this particular case, like native English speakers, but you shouldn't use these kinds of tools in a way that becomes plagiarism. So it is kind of a contradiction. Another they point out is that people who have more resources, right? Going back to the Darwin kind of model here, people with more resources, of course, are able to use this technology to essentially maintain their power dominance, right? The rich get richer, right? And so even though some of these tools may help learners, will this ultimately just benefit people who are native or proficient speakers of English? Good question, right? With and without, right? That we want students to be able to learn more using the technology, but then over-reliance, right? Using too much then creates a deficit in actual learning, right? And then finally, school and work. So at work, ultimately, people will be using this technology for their careers, but in school, we tend to try to avoid that, and I think for good reason, but they do point out it is a contradiction, right? So they argue for AI literacy through understanding how the technology works, by accessing a variety of different tools and learning how to use them through prompting, but also being aware of the need to corroborate the output of AI, and then to be able to incorporate in effective ways. We check the time. Not too bad, I hope. I should run through a little quickly. Anyway, another one, rhetorical load sharing by Knowles. So this idea that we can look at text generated, by humans and AI, let's say. So it's a spectrum of human authored to synthetic text, and we will have probably each instance somewhere in between those two, right? So he recommends, the author, a shift from this idea is common in kind of technology of human in the loop. This is kind of the default baseline, that we can't let technology do everything for us, that we need humans in that kind of feedback and generation and feedback loop to kind of oversee and to I lost the word, but to basically qualify, certify was the word I wanted, sorry. Certify the output to something, particularly in educational contexts, as machine in the loop, right? That really it's the humans that are doing the essential part, and the machine is just the tool that's adding a little bit extra to that, right? So, and he lists up a different areas, so things like invention, arrangement, style, memory, delivery, and so where do we want humans to really take the cognitive load? Where do we want technology to be able to handle some of this cognitive offloading, right? Are questions to consider. Another Darwin paper, we saw him before with the investment and identity investment model, but he has another paper on critical digital literacy. And some of it repeats, but this idea that platform designs and material processes, along with access to resources, influence learner interactions and discourse. So how platforms are designed then, again, is going to present all sorts of issues for users, right? In terms of access to resources, how it influences learners, and how they communicate with the tools, but also with other people, right? So Gen AI platforms can privilege certain ways of thinking and writing by developing critical perspectives. Second language writers can better understand how technologies shape writing practices and self-representation. And critical digital literacy then is necessary to really question power dynamics, to recognize biases and inequalities, and promote reflective practice and design. Okay, I'm almost there. One more, just a paper by Aguiar. And I think he's not so different from others, but he proposes kind of a social justice heuristic for ethical and responsible AI use. So, and particularly the need to focus on both input and output, right? And ethical use overall through a dialogue with AI, iterative refinement until it meets ethical and content standards. So placing a certain standard on how we use AR in terms of ethics, which Professor Rafael, I think, will kind of touch on next time. So two other things that I just wanted to bring up as kind of practical and ethical considerations. One, I tried to distill these. One is use it or lose it. So this is just a practical matter. There is some empirical research, one study in particular, that suggests that that by using AI, we are creating a cognitive debt in many ways, okay, if not done correctly. And then the other, which really I think we've already kind of hit on, but this idea that at least Spider-Man, I don't know if anyone likes Spider-Man, but with great power comes great responsibility, I think is a good mantra to keep in mind perhaps. But first, the use it or lose it, this idea of cognitive debt, paper earlier this year from Kosminia et al. At MIT. They compared student performance in really three different conditions, and then a fourth round. But they looked at neurocognitive imaging, how brains really light up networks, and so they kind of measured what happens to students' brains when they write essays using different tools, or no tool at all, right? looking at writing quality, kind of an evaluation of the results of that, and then writer perceptions. And the 3 essay writing conditions were with LLM, with AI, with only search engine, and then finally brain only, no tool. And findings from the brain imaging, the EEGs, found that brain-only participants had the strongest, most distributed networks, the most activity going on in their brains. Search engine users showed moderate engagement. LLM users displayed the weakest connectivity between different regions in their brains, right? And that was, they connected to these things, that kind of helmet kind of things as they were doing these. But cognitive activity decreased with increased use of external tools, right? By offloading the difficult part to the technology, then it does decrease cognitive activity, as shown in brain imaging, right? And then interestingly, the 4th session, where LM users became assigned to a brain-only condition, and the reverse, that brain-only users or at least actually all participants participate in all of these, but they did it under the variety of conditions. But brain-only users to using LM, they found that for LM to brain participants, they showed reduced connectivity, indicating under-engagement. But the opposite, brain to LLM users, exhibited higher memory recall and activation of the occipital, and prefrontal areas. So the idea that by making that initial effort and then using the technology to enhance that appeared to promote higher memory recall and activation of certain areas of the brain. Also, self-reported ownership of essays was lowest in the LM group, not a surprise, and highest in the brain-only group. This kind of goes back to the idea of voice, I think. So, in fact, instead of voice, ownership may also be another term we can use there. LM users had difficulty accurately quoting their own work also, perhaps not a surprise. And they argued that there are apparent cognitive costs for LLM use, with users underperforming at neural, linguistic, and behavioral levels over a 4-month period, which suggests that brain first, AI later may be the better approach. Yeah. And of course, I imagine there's a way to do it in parallel, but that's something that I think we need to consider. So anyway, back to this idea of use it or lose it, I think appears to be the case with this particular study. Then the second part, the human-centered learning and AI use. We do have, this is just a kind of a repeat of the papers that I showed before, the approaches that maintain authenticity, voice, and identity, as well as ethical AI use, taking responsibility for of AI output, and how we use it in learning in other contexts. And then as educators and as members of institutions, we need to promote critical literacy, how to use this technology. So back to this, with great power comes great responsibility. So then that kind of brings me, and I think I've hinted at several of these, but I did want to give students an opportunity to process this and ask, can we automate learning? Can we enhance it? And what are the costs and other pitfalls for that? And then an opportunity to talk about your experiences. And so let me get out of here. Let me first pause to see if anyone has any question they'd like to ask at this point. I did race through some of that. Professors, I know, are fine. Students might be a bit more challenging, again, in English, so I do know it's a bit challenging. I will put the slides up so that on the Google Classroom page, so everyone can access it. I don't have it there yet, I'm sorry, but I'll do it shortly. So you can access that, as well as a list of references. Most of those have DOIs that you can access, or URLs. Some of those may be behind paywalls, so I'm not quite sure about access there, access issue. But Would it be appropriate then to have students perhaps just kind of jump in then and
yeah, for sure. I was going just to ask you something that is, did you find in your research about this if that is an appropriate age where we can add artificial intelligence to the learning process in order to develop the students?
Excellent question. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm oblivious because we work with adult learners, but yes, and yeah, there is quite a bit of suggestion that even for university students, right, that we still need to have limited use of the technology for several of the reasons that we saw. But yeah.
Nice.
So
nice.
I don't know if there is I mean, it's an excellent question in terms of language. We ask the question, what is an appropriate age to start learning a foreign language? And of course, the answer is any age. But with technology, right, obviously much more important, I think.
Of course. So do you want to split the students and nice.
That sounds great. Now I'm not entirely sure here about the breakout rooms. Hold on. Yeah, that should be good.
Can you help him, Rafael, with this?
I think I'm okay. Thank you.
You're okay. Oh, nice.
Do you wanna divide in groups of 2?
Yeah, that's probably best. Yeah,
Okay.
2 rooms maybe. Rafael, do you have more experience than I, or let's see?
Yeah, I can. I think I can do that. Let me see. Set up breakout rooms. How many? 1, 2, 3.
Para os alunos brasileiros, só vou falar em português rapidinho. I'm talking in Portuguese just for them, in order for them to understand. A gente vai ter um processo agora de atividade, e aí o professor Chan vai juntar vocês com os alunos do Japão para vocês discutirem aquelas questões que estavam ali apresentadas naquela atividade. De repente, um pode começar falando, escrevendo, passa para o outro, né? O professor Chan vai falar sobre isso. Ali as questões, ele colocou ali do lado no chat, para vocês verem. Eu coloquei também no WhatsApp. Tá bem, pessoal? Vou voltar no inglês aqui, tá?
Raquel is your student?
Yes, she is. She's a student that she didn't know if she would be able to come, so she did not send the video, but she wants to participate and see the class. So
okay, I'm putting her in one breakout room with Kataoka, and then this one here, this one there. Let me see. And one more. Just a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, how long are we given? How many minutes?
Well, we could do 15 minutes. What do you think? Does that sound good?
So I'm setting up 15 minutes here. Now you can set up a timer. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4.
And it's magic.
I hope I did it correctly, but let's see. If only us.
Abracadabra. Yes, they disappear.
Very
good. Thank you, Rafael. Perfect.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Well done. Well done.
Too
Yeah.
bad, huh?
I'm good with Zoom, but not.
So I didn't know it's possible. I mean, how come I didn't know that it's possible to turn on the captions?
Were you able to?
Subtitles here. Yeah, I was watching your lecture with the subtitles on so that I could test it. And
very good.
It's pretty good.
I think there's a.
It just doesn't translate simultaneously.
I think I have tried it before. It may be an extension that you have to add to it, but it will translate. The quality is, so-so. But
yeah.
Can we, Rafael? Can you add Raquel? She left the room. She did not commit because she doesn't know much about English. So we have to reposition one of the students.
Yeah, just a sec. Let me see how I can do that. I can just move the student. Why? Man, I'm trying to.
Gabriela is here. Maybe you have to put her together with another student. Gabriela
is with. Gabriela is with.
Fala.
Please. Jotaro Kakazu.
Tá.
Gabriela, a gente está colocando você numa sala junto com outro estudante japonês, tá? Para vocês conversarem sobre aquilo em inglês, tudo bem?
Tá, gente.
Pronto.
Now, oh man, I can't get that student out of that room for some reason.
But do you want to get him
I
out of the room?
I want to add him to another room. Otherwise, he will be left.
Oh, okay.
Alone in there, and I don't know how to do that. I got it. Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Did you pair everyone with everyone?
Yes.
Nice. Thank you, Rafael.
With 3 and 2.
Thank you, Rafael. Yes.
I hope so. And okay, the questions are here. I think Google Meet seems to be improving a little. It could be fat. Its development could be a little faster, but perhaps they save their updates for paid versions. Of course, ours is the one from the one is in some partnership with the university, but it doesn't seem to be. I mean, Google Meet could be better, I think. Don't you guys think?
Unfortunately, we can't record the students at the classrooms here. We're just recording here.
Yes, but yeah, it's not possible.
Yeah, I don't think it's too bad. We used it during the pandemic. It still is our official platform. Rafael, as you know, for global understanding, we use Zoom, so I'm more familiar with that. But I think it's just you can do most of the core stuff. I think in Meet as well. I'm just less familiar, so I'm not sure where everything is.
It seems to me, I don't know, because I just saw a headline in a newspaper, but it seems that Google is trying to catch up with OpenAI. I mean, not that OpenAI is as big as Google, but in terms of the use of AI, Google is trying to catch up, and because there are just too many AI options right now. And so
do you know we are developing a Brazilian AI? We have now a law for that, and we are developing this. And here in the Federal University of Ouro Preto, the computer science course is developing another undergraduate course for artificial intelligence. And as I am partner from the the professor from the computer science course that is doing this. He's calling me to develop a philosophy of AI course in order to give the students there in the new course we are developing here. So I'm very excited for this.
That's very cool. Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to hearing more. I will learn a lot from you guys.
And maybe we can do something together with this course. This new course. Yes, cool. Good to know you're into it.
Well, I know. Looking at the work you've done, Rafael shared the website for a lot of the Web3 stuff you're doing, and all that looks very cool. And I'm pretty sure that you perhaps have, you mentioned it, virtual reality, VR kind of stuff also in your mind. And those are areas that I've been interested in some time. And trying to, like AI, I guess, trying to figure out, what are best use scenarios and cases, and how to use the technology to promote authentic learning are appealing, but at the same time still very much question mark. So, but I do have an interest in exploring that. So
maybe we can try in the next semester or next year to bring students that have access to some kind of virtual reality device, and we try to give a class inside the metaverse. What do you think?
That would be great. Yeah, I'm definitely into that. So
we build our avatar and stay there. I was used to build some parties inside the metaverse. So I was a kind of a producer of this kind of content for so people went there and dancing with their avatars, and we have musicians playing in rounds,
Cool. So I've kind of explored like tools like Frame. I think is kind of cool. It does allow for pretty easy authoring and setting up environments, and it's all browser based. So
cool. Frame.
Yeah, Frame is kind of cool.
Frame .io? No.
Originally it's just called Frame. I think Frame VR. So if you put that in, it should come up.
Frame VR. Oh, cool.
I
was using some virtual words like Decentraland, Voxels, Nifty Islands, some other. On Nifty Island, I was building some games there, educational games with interesting stories.
Wow,
cool.
Very cool.
Nice. Get started for free.
I think the cool thing about that
it is Web2 based.
Yes. Right.
Nice.
So you can use both headsets, but also just regular browser, web, desktop, or even mobile browser. So it's kind of inclusive in that regard.
Cool. Did you use? I never used this kind of devices that are the ones that you have. You put your mobile on your eyes. There is a kind of a virtual reality device made with a mobile phone and some kind of thing. I never used it, but it's very accessible for poor people, and maybe we can see some way of using this kind of things.
I found if you check out the 360-degree videos on YouTube, you can access those with smartphone and or other device and kind of get an idea for it. Yeah.
Cool. I was trying to develop something for 360 videos from YouTube, but I couldn't for now. But I'm trying.
Great. And so I was going to ask you. I don't know. A lot of this technology, of course, is based on gaming culture too, which I'm less familiar with, to be honest. Do you know Spatial?
Yes, of course. I use it a lot.
Okay,
but do they have gaming? Do they have gaming too now?
They've kind of shifted. When I first started checking it out a few years ago, it definitely had kind of an art focus in particular. So it was a way for digital artists to share their works in kind of virtual galleries. I thought that was really cool.
I may have 15 galleries inside Spatial.
Yeah. I thought that was really cool. But when I checked it out recently, I went back maybe a few months ago, and it seems it's completely shifted to gaming culture. Which
nice.
is for me, I don't have much experience with that, so I feel a little bit outside that.
Yeah, I
The
understand.
art part was easy to connect to. The gaming was a bit more challenging for me. That's more like my son, but
Yeah, I'll try to send you a game that I made on
okay,
Nifty Island,
cool.
and I tried to explore spatial too, because I was not exploring it because I didn't know this connection with gaming.
It's changed quite a bit. Yeah.
Oh, cool!
Yeah.
I'm seeing now.
And I know there's a number of other platforms that are even more kind of like into gaming. I haven't really checked those out myself yet, but
Yeah, when
Rafael, are you
Voxels.
good with all this? Yeah. Yes. Sorry.
I'm
No,
too
when
old school for
Voxels
it.
to enter the metaverse.
We'll get Rafael in there.
When Voxels was not destroyed, but when Voxels was in decay, let's say like this, people from Voxels started to migrate it. The gamers migrated to Nifty Island. The artists tried to migrate it to Decentraland, and people were split all around. In the time of Voxels, I was making parties with 700 people. It was very cool.
Wow.
To see
Wow.
multiple avatars dancing there.
Yeah. Wow. It's interesting, and particularly from a philosophical perspective, I think, these kinds of virtual experiences, virtual worlds.
Yes, because it gives you so much freedom about your identity, of how to connect with other people. Yeah, and I was trying to think about the nature, the reality of virtual worlds. Is that a real dimension of reality? The virtuality. I don't know. I'm still thinking about this.
Yes, yeah. Great question. So you obviously have more experience and expertise than I do, but I'm interested in hearing more about that. And the other thing that comes to my mind is trying to, we are a Buddhist university, to see if it can even connect to things like Buddhism, or at least Buddhist ethics, which I know virtually nothing about, but it seems like a logical kind of connection where we are here in Japan. But yeah.
And maybe I can find something. I don't know if Buddhists from China can help it too, but there is a group of Chinese students here in Brazil, and people are translating lots of books to a collection that Rafael and I coordinate, a collection of translations, and they are very excited to work. So maybe we can join them, in order for us to build something.
Great. Yeah.
Virtuality and Buddhism. This is very cool.
Very exciting stuff, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
And an opportunity to get Rafael and kind of involved in all the technology stuff is a great project.
Yeah. We just hear a sound from Rafael.
Yes.
I was just going to say, well,
I'm just teasing him. I'm teasing it, but yes.
I think there's some cool stuff to think about technology. I like classics. So there's a bunch of interesting stuff in early philosophy of mind / cognitive science.
I think the meeting with the students are over.
Very good.
They're probably coming back.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, welcome.
Welcome back. Yes. Let's see. It looks like everyone is back. Very good. That was interesting. I just saw Taku, one of my students, turn into Koyuri. Anyway, strange. We don't use meat very much, so in one square I had taco, and then it changed to koyuri, and so almost like a transformation. Very good. So welcome back to everyone. I hope let's see, you were able to have a bit of a chat with your international partners. Perhaps maybe one or two people from each breakout room could just share with us a bit about what you discussed and anything that was particularly interesting or troubling, or anything else you wanted to share. I didn't actually see what the rooms were.
E aí, pessoal, se vocês quiserem compartilhar, compartilha aí o que vocês acharam das perguntas, das respostas, o que vocês pensaram.
Professor, eu escrevi.
Talk in English, please. Talk in English, please.
I write in English, but I read now minha resposta, como que é?
My answers.
Yes, my answers I read English, all right? I believe we must use artificial intelligence consciously. It can be very fruitful to use it to improve teaching and learning capabilities. However, it can be dangerous and negligent to outsort everything to it. Artificial intelligence has incredible capacities, but we need to find a way to use it in a way that it doesn't hinder our autonomy. Artificial intelligence is very important, but our autonomy is very important too. Is this my reflections about this intelligence artificial?
As an English teacher, I must say it's pretty good, huh, Eshan?
Yes, thank you. The importance of autonomy, I think, and connects to this idea of cognitive sovereignty.
Oh, and your English was pretty good too. Congrats.
Excellent. Very well done. Thank you. Better than certainly Portuguese. I would be too scared to do so. So thank you, Gustavo.
Gabriel, do you want to say something? Please.
We use artificial intelligence to create softwares and many things that I think that people use artificial intelligence, but I think we have responsibility. I don't know if this word is a good word, because when we create something, we have an intention, and this intention, I think, that should come from a human, to try to attend our necessities and our development. And I do think we can enhance learning, but let me see. I mean, I think we are trying to find ways to use it in a way that's not so aggressive to us all. But about enhanced learning, I think, as you said, it depends on other things like environment or our social conditions, and many things that we have to think, that defines us as society and groups. It's a lot bigger. Anyway, and yes, I think that we have many threats. I think I wrote something that you said that I thought it was very interesting about threats. I can't find it because I'm a bit nervous now, but Anyway, I think I'll just finish my answer here. Okay.
Yeah, very good. Thank you. And I think, yeah, intentional use is another key word, I think, that is very helpful here. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And at the same time, see, it comes to my mind. Thank you very much. Yeah, it comes to my mind too. Of course, we don't know how this technology works exactly yet, so we will make a lot of mistakes in the process too. But
Yes. Yes.
great,
And
thank
I
you.
don't know. Can I ask Gabriel to give his input too? Please, Gabriel.
Yes,
Please.
yes. My English is not good like
It's good.
the Gabriela, but
Doing okay.
okay. My colleague Hirai and I discussed the pros and cons, and we believe we can automate it, mainly the most basic learning tasks. However, we need to be careful with meaningless information, and therefore we need the critical approach beyond the database. What are the ethic and social? What the ethic and social consequence? It's a great tool, but it's still quite new for my application. That's it.
Thank you, Gabriel.
Very good. Thank you. Well done. Yeah, I think automating
good,
work,
thank you.
automating tasks. Yeah, automating work, automating tasks is definitely something that can be done, but the learning part becomes the more problematic one. I mean, it's possible, of course, but it does come at a cost. Yep. Great, thank you. And let's see, my students is, let's see, I know Joel, any thoughts? Particularly, were you able to discuss with your partners in breakout rooms?
In my case, I think AI can automatically correct, filter, and summarize information. Instead of reading dozens of sources, a learner can receive concise explanations and key points instantly. This reduces the time spent searching and sorting information.
Mhm.
That's it.
Great, thank you. And Joe's on campus, so
Yeah.
I have some background noise, but I heard him okay, so thank you. How about Koyuri?
I think it can be possible to automate learning by AI, but it's not like completely. We need to like they can support the learning, such as like making some questions for students, but it's not for like everything.
Sure, yeah. Thank you. And yeah, I think certainly automating work is definitely something we can do, right? And how to do that, of course, we're still learning how to do that, but automating some tasks certainly possible. But still, the hard work is necessary. The whole idea of use it or lose it, or brain first, AI last, is something to keep in mind, I think, or at least parallel, right? And also responsibility. I think that's something that Gabriela mentioned as well. And Gustavo also mentioned kind of the ethical issues as well. But yeah, that you know, or even as Professor Rodrigo was saying about kind of certifying stuff too. It becomes, if you do that, it becomes your responsibility. And as a result, it does require us to use responsibly, ethically, and I think in a human-like manner rather than just kind of machine. So thank you to everyone for sharing your thoughts on that. And it was a bit fast, and of course we're doing this in a second language. Easy for me. I'm the only person who grew up probably speaking English. So thank you for letting me do that today. It is easy for me to do and a bit fast, but I think you all did very well to keep up with it. So I appreciate your cooperation and effort.
Yes, it was really good. It's really it was beyond my expectations, for real. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That,
Oh yeah, please go ahead.
I don't know if you know, but we have a magazine here in Brazil at the Federal University of Ouro Preto called Virtualia. And Virtualia is a magazine where we can publish many things, including text from students. So if you are interested in developing this reflection in order to publish together with the Brazilian students, we are open for you. So if you are interested in this, please let's keep it together. You can talk to the students. We may pass to you the contact information from each one if you want to develop this a little further and get some publication for your text. So we are open to this. I would like to tell you all.
Yes, thank you. Great opportunity, I think, and we did want students to. At the end, next time, Professor Rafael will talk about ethics. And after that, I expect we'll have a session perhaps like today. But then we did want students to actually communicate a bit and if possible, to actually write something down together as kind of a reflection across the two lectures. And so I just put it in the chat here. And if I may, just share the my screen again. See if I can get to this. And over here. Yeah, some kind of collaborative kind of reflection, a dialogue between Ryukoku and UFOP partners based on the lectures, where you have a chance to write down your thoughts and questions. You've started that today, so great. But to share your thoughts and questions with your partners, and then have your partners respond to that, to read and respond with their own thoughts, and then let you share final thoughts and a joint conclusion. We can post further details on this on the Google Classroom page, how to contact your partner. It seems to me that perhaps a shared Google Doc page might be a good way to do that, where students then can enter, they can share a page, enter their own thoughts, then let each partner respond to what they've read from their partners, and then consider a conclusion together might be a good way to do that. Relatively
inside just one Google Doc?
For each set of students, yes.
Oh, okay, nice, perfect.
Or even, it might get a bit unwieldy. So perhaps if we have more than one group in a single Google Doc, so perhaps one Google Doc per group, but then let them share with other groups might be a good way to do that. On Google Classroom, post a link on Google Classroom so that everyone can actually access that.
So everyone, a gente vai estar se comunicando pelo Google Classroom, então peguem o link aqui do lado no chat para vocês poderem continuar a comunicação com os outros alunos. So I was just saying to the Brazilian students that they should get the link of the classroom here at the chat and go there in order for us to keep developing our class there. Yes.
Great. Yes, so we can follow up with further details on this on the Google Classroom page. And I do have students in another class, my other class, some of our students will be joining in there as well. So I think maybe the main part of those collaborations can be the students here today, but if it's all right, I'd like to add a few more of my students to each of those groups if we can.
Of course, I ask the same because some of the students will watch the video after today, and they may get interested in coming. So if they can come, this would be nice.
Great. Let me just check my things here to see if I haven't forgotten something. I did on the Google Classroom page. I did put a link to my slides, which will also have upload the actual slides so anyone can access those PDF pages or slides there. And it also has a link to an online page with the references to all the papers that I had today. Particularly, I think for philosophy people, the Karen Barad book is probably of interest, talking about social materialism, and then also the Enfield book about distributed agency, I think would also be of interest. Perhaps you're already familiar with it. It's new to me, but
Amazing, perfect. I'll send some materials too. I'm developing some material on the philosophy of AI, including metaphysics, epistemology, and ethics. I'm trying to develop it with DeepSeek, Perplexity, and Claude AI, but I did not proofread yet. So I have to do this in order to certify it by human and send it to you. But I'm doing this.
Practice what we preach. Yes.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, great. Thank you. I know my students may be dropping out now. They may have a class coming up after this.
Okay,
so
perfect.
I think Joe probably has one, and I'm not sure about other people. So I'm afraid they need to get going. I'm happy to stay a bit longer if anyone would like to discuss anything else. I do have a bit more time. I have no class. My students may need to get going, though, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I have to go, but I just wanted to say that I am impressed. From my experience with global understanding, wow, this was even better. So I'm really impressed. Thank you so much, Sean. Thank you, Rodrigo, and thank you for all the students. Next week it's gonna be me.
And Rafael, thank you for being the glue that connected all this together.
Of course.
It's my pleasure.
Yep.
It's my
Rafael will give a class next week about the ethics of artificial intelligence, so stay tuned. Come here because you're going to have many interesting information. So people, everyone, please, if you want to ask anything or say anything to Professor Sean or to anyone here, please do it now. And
I gotta go, right? Okay, so I see you guys next week.
If you can, just a minute. I'm just closing here the meeting in case the students. Anyone? Do you have any questions, please? No. So we talk more at the classroom. I have to thank you so much, Professor Shan, for being here and helping our students and making this collaboration between Brazil and Japan being successful. Thank you so much for teaching us about your knowledge, and we are very glad here, and we hope we can keep this going and move to post-graduation courses too. And thank you so much, and thank you to all students that are here, that came, the Brazilian students, all the Japanese students. Thank you so much, all of you, for coming and for staying up to this moment. Thank you.
Thank
you, Rafael, for everything, because Rafael, as Sean said, is the glue keeping us all together and making contacts and bringing people for us to grow each time more.
It's my pleasure, and I couldn't say better words than Rodrigo. Wow. All right, guys. See you next week.
Yes, look forward to seeing you next week. Thank you to everyone.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it.
See you next week.
Excited for the next time.
Same here.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Thank you for coming. Bye-bye.
See you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, Taco was there. Sorry, I didn't.